We all love it when a game just gets things right. The kind of game that knows exactly what it wants to be and is worth every single penny. Well, here at Push Square, we've come across 10 such games in the PS5 generation. Just 10 games that have been awarded the full 10 out of 10. Hello everyone, my name is Aaron and this is Push Square, and let me take you on a journey across the generation to break down 10 out of 10 PS5 games that we think are perfect. But before we get started, I just want to say that this channel isn't possible without your support. So show your love, leave a like, comment below, or even better, subscribe to the channel for more PlayStation video content just like this. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay, the year is 2020, the PS5 has just launched, and alongside it is a riveting remake from Bluepoint Games. That's right, the Demon's Souls remake was the first game to get the coveted 10 out of 10 this generation, and let me tell you, what a deserving one. Now you may think, a remake as one of our 10 games that we think is perfect. I see the irony to some degree, but of course, Demon's Souls was a fantastic game way back on the PS3, but it's even better now as a PS5 one. The basic architecture is the same, so it feels just how you remember it, but now it's enhanced with the technology available with Sony's latest system. Haptic feedback, lightning quick SSD loading times, and those visuals, man, which are still among the best on PS5 today. Demon's Souls is a game that you can truly get lost in now, with some of the most immersive details on Sony's system. Honestly, a little bit out of left field, I was surprised to see that the next game of the PS5 generation to get the full 10 out of 10 from us was actually a PS5 upgrade of What Remains of Edith Finch, almost 2 full years after Demon's Souls. This 2017 classic managed full marks in its original launch when we reviewed it, and then when we revisited the game in July of 2022, we found it just as brilliantly immaculate as it was 5 years prior. It's a walking sim, which I know puts a lot of you off from the very start, but really it's a heartfelt and beautifully acted experience where the last surviving member of the Finch family returns home and begins collecting diaries which recount the various bizarre ways each family member met their end. Is it a curse? Is it just bad luck? The game doesn't have all the answers, but what it does have is gorgeous writing, a quirky, original concept, and enhanced technical aspects thanks to the PS5. It was just a few months later when our third 10 out of 10 of the generation dropped. God of War Ragnarok is the epic conclusion to Santa Monica's two-parter reboot. Here, Atreus and Kratos navigate a world of gods, myths, and prophecies, all whilst tackling the constantly evolving challenge of fatherhood and growing into your own person. It's filled with unforgettable performances, nail-biting action set pieces, and if you're into Norse lore, I don't know why I'm struggling to say this, Norse lore, then it's stuffed with the coolest details in this game. But most of all, Ragnarok landed that score for its ability to stick the landing. The 2018 reboot teed things up perfectly, but Ragnarok had a lot to cover and get right. And really, Santa Monica hit its stride. Combat, exploration, story, visuals, it's a masterclass across the board. March of 2023, and the PS5 was blessed with the Resident Evil 4 remake. Capcom has been working its way through the classics, starting with Resident Evil 2 in 2019, but Resident Evil 4 was the one that fans were really waiting for. With its sharpened graphics and delicately expanded experience, Resident Evil 4 Remake managed to capture the magic of the 2005 original, whilst enhancing the experience with modern tech. This is really a marvel visually as well. It runs so well on the PS5, has PS5 Pro support, and has even got PSVR 2 support. It's just a dream of a survival horror experience, regardless of whether you're new to the game or not. Another 2023 release, but very few RPGs have received such universal praise as Baldur's Gate 3. This is a momentous celebration of fantasy epics, where somehow the people at Larian have basically made D&D in video game form. There really is an impressive breadth of player choice within its world, where you can be who you want to be and really shape the story. And you can do it with friends in co-op too. And it's not just a case of being big, it's stuffed with memorable characters, phenomenal writing, a slower paced but intricate turn-based combat system, and most of all, there's just an incredible sense of adventure. Baldur's Gate 3 is an impeccable RPG. The third game to get a 10 out of 10 at Push Square in 2023 was Alan Wake 2. The long gestating sequel from Remedy Games is a masterclass in direction. It's equal parts survival horror and psychological horror, with inspiration from the likes of Twin Peaks and, for me of all things, The Evil Within. Its narrative is weird and twisting, its locations are memorable, and the visuals are spectacular. It was actually voted as having some of the best graphics on PS5 in another Push Square video. But most of all, I think what wins me over is just how confident the game is in what it wants to be. It feels like everything it wants to do, it does to the best of its ability. It's weird, it's funny, it's scary, it's cool. It's honestly everything you could want from a twisting horror mystery. Nintendo has Mario, and now here on PlayStation we have Astro Bot. This unassuming PlayStation mascot won us over with its PSVR game Astro Bot Rescue Mission, but then it impressed us with its nostalgic tech demo in Astro's Playroom. But Team Asobi really came out swinging with Astro Bot in 2024. This colourful platformer is a delight with ingenious DualSense implementation, vibrant and inventive level design, an abundance of ideas that never overstay their welcome, and it all acts as a genuinely heartwarming love letter to PlayStation. If you've stuck with Sony consoles for a while, you need to check this one out. We're getting into 2025 now, and we started off the year right with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Now this is a near flawless form of immersive RPG. It's not big and flashy, it's got no fantasy elements in sight. It's actually painstakingly detailed, and for some I imagine it's brutally slow paced. But that's the magic of exploring 15th century Bohemia. There's a sweeping medieval tale to experience as you play as down on his luck Henry of Skalitz. But what won us over was how the game manages to make you care or worry, I suppose, about the little things. Like, where am I going to sleep? How am I going to afford food? How am I able to keep up appearances with the locals? It's a dense game that won't be for everyone, but if you have the patience for it and pay attention, it's one of the best examples of the genre. Just like a month later, Split Fiction released. Now this is the latest co-op adventure from developer Hazelight, and for us, it's the best game it's made to date. Playing as two writers, one into sci-fi, the other fantasy, you are sucked into a simulation of your worlds and must work together to escape. Now what follows is an insanely creative adventure which spans genre and gameplay style, and all with a pitch perfect level of pacing. The story isn't going to blow you away, but the visuals and the mix up of gameplay mechanics really will. It makes you work together in a sort of brain teaser fashion, like none of it's too hard, but it's all incredibly fun and makes you like, oh man, that's cool. There's a lot of those moments. Now I played through this with Steven on the Push Square team, and we just had the best time. And I will never shut up about how unbelievably fun the end of this game is. It's a sublime co-op experience. And here we have it, Death Stranding 2 on the beach. This was the 10th game to receive a 10 out of 10 from Push Square this generation. Hideo Kojima's mind-blowing sequel improves just about everything over the original, which also received a 10 out of 10. The story is better, the visuals are insane, the combat is improved, the world mechanics keep you on your toes, and somehow it manages to make walking across barren plains just so damn endearing. You want to keep on keeping on. Death Stranding 2 has that kind of whimsical oddity about it that only Kojima could muster up. And like I mentioned with Alan Wake 2, it's a game that knows exactly what it wants to be, unapologetically, and you really have to respect it for that. So there we have it, the 10 games that Push Square has awarded 10 out of 10 this generation. Let me know which ones you agree with, which ones you highly disagree with. What games would you have loved to have seen in this list, and think, really deserve the full marks. Let me know down in the comments below, and while you're there, remember to like the video and even better, subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. That's it from me today. So until next time, I've been Aaron, and this has been Push Square.